everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Alexa. Today we're making my great aunt Elaine's and Jeanette's. I measured out all my ingredients and I recommend that you do so too. You can find a full list of ingredients and measurements in the link in the description. Remember to watch the video first so you can be prepared. First, I'm going to sift my baking powder, baking soda, and flour. This is to make sure there are no clumps. If you don't have a sifter, you can use a wire whisk or a fork. There's a lot of flour in this recipe, so I'm sifting it in several batches because you don't want to overflow your sifter because that can cause the flour to go everywhere. When you're sifting, you can push the ingredients through using a rubber spatula or a spoon, or you can tap the sides of it with your hands. If your sifter has a stand, you should tap the sides of your sifter after it looks like all the ingredients have fallen through to make sure no ingredients are stuck. Today I'm not using a sifter with a stand, so I don't have to do this step. Next, I'm going to add my eggs into the bowl of my stand mixer. Before I add them in, I'm going to scramble them with a fork, which will help them to combine better with my other ingredients. I'm also adding my vanilla extract and sugar. I'm going to mix this until all my ingredients are mixed together. My ingredients look mixed together, so I'm going to scrape my bowl down with my rubber spatula to make sure no ingredients are stuck to it. My batter looks mixed together, so now I'm going to add in my orange juice concentrate. I'm going to mix this a little to combine it. Now I'm going to add in my sifted dry ingredients from earlier. I'm going to scrape down my bowl again to make sure everything is mixing good. Next, I'm going to add in my butter. I cut it into small chunks so it would mix in better. My batter is stuck to my beater, so I'm going to scrape it off. I'm going to mix my batter a little longer to let the butter combine. My batter looks great, so let's move on to the next step. Now, I'm going to scoop my cookies using my ice cream scoop. I use a 2-teaspoon ice cream scoop because these cookies grow. They may look very small, but trust me, you don't want to use a bigger scoop because you will end up with giant cookies. As you can see, the dough is sticky, so it sticks little to the scoop. That's normal. Because of that, we're going to roll out the cookies afterwards so there are a circle. I placed my cookies 2 to 3 inches apart because they spread. Next, I'm going to put my cookies into the oven. My oven's preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. My cookies took 12 minutes, but they can take 10 to 12 minutes to bake. When they're done, they should still be light in color on the top but brown on the bottom. Lift up a cookie like I did so you can check. Wait to make the icing until the cookies are cool. I waited until the next day to ice mine, but you can do it the day of as long as they're cool because we don't want the icing to melt. To start making my icing, I'm sifting my powdered sugar. This is very important because if we don't do this, the icing will have not mixed in clumps of powdered sugar. If your sifter has a stand like mine does, tap the sides of it after it looks like all the ingredients have fallen through to make sure none are stuck. Next, I'm going to add in my melted butter. I'm going to mix this until the butter is mixed in. Now I'm going to add in my water. I'm doing so 2 teaspoons at a time. I used 10 teaspoons of water, but use however much it takes for your icing to be smooth and spreadable but not runny. Next, I'm going to dip my cookies into the icing. I also got some rainbow nonpareils to sprinkle on the top. Make sure to put them on immediately after dipping the cookies into the icing so the icing doesn't have a chance to harden, otherwise they won't stick. Try to not dip the cookies too deep into the icing because the icing will drip down and that's not as pretty. And my Antoinettes are done and looking delicious. Please let me know what you thought of the video in the comments and how the recipe went for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you can see when new videos are added. Thank you and enjoy!